Hey, I am so stoked that you're here. Where's here? Great question, man. I'm glad you asked. So let's just get into this, all right? So many of my clients come to me because they want a new reality financially, right? Would I be correct in assuming that you're just not happy with your current financial life and you want something different? You want to be able to retire. You want to be able to quit your job. Um, Something's going on in your life, right? You just want to scale at a different stage or different level. That's fine. Listen, my name's Joshua Christensen. I'm the author of Get Unbroke, and I'm about to reveal a new path to financial freedom that you've never seen before. All right. But before we get into it, I need to give you a little bit of context about who I am and what qualifies me to be your guide. All right. We're going on a journey, guys. So I want to share this short promotional video that I did a while back, and it tells you some of my story and where I came from. And then we'll come back afterwards and we'll kind of dissect it a little bit. All right. So check this out. Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I want to share something really personal with you today. Okay. I always talk to you about money, about how to get unbroke and things like that. But I want to kind of give you some backstory. So I was not born into wealth. I wasn't born with a silver spoon or anything like that. I came up with my parents were hardworking, Midwest working class people, right? And we didn't have a lot. We weren't wealthy people. All we knew was work hard and pay your bills on time. That was it. Well, when I was 11 years old, it was hard because my parents split up. And after that, things got really dicey. They got really tough. It was like we were trying to survive. We were just trying to get by. My parents worked really hard to try to provide for us. And sometimes that worked out, sometimes it didn't work out. But it was like we were living on trying to hold things together with duct tape and a prayer. I mean, that was it. It was, that's not really a strategy for life. Things weren't glamorous. We moved around a lot into affordable housing projects, apartments, things like that. We couldn't afford the nice clothes. So when I went to school, the kids that came from more well-off families made fun of us. I got bullied a lot. I got beat up a lot. And that created a lot of bad thinking for me. And, it wasn't good, guys. It was a pretty tough time growing up that messed up my thinking. See, here's the reality. I honestly thought that life was just about getting by. I really thought that owning a home was for those other rich people because we weren't that kind of people. And you work hard, you pay the bills, and you just hope that someday things will work out. Guys, I wanted more. I wanted more so bad, but my thinking was it wasn't good. I was told that I thought too highly of myself over and over and over because I wanted to go to college. Man, that thinking is so broken and it kept me stuck for years. It wasn't until I hit rock bottom in 2008 when the market fell out from under us and I lost everything. I lost my house. I lost our 401k. I lost everything. But see, guys, it was during that time that I realized something. I had this aha moment. I woke up one day after being angry for years, and I realized that it wasn't the economy that was the problem. It was me. I was the problem. See, here's the reality of it. We're all trained to think small. We're trained to play it safe, not to take chances. Guys, we're trained to stay stuck. We're trained to live in this cycle of debt, of fear, of anxiety, of frustration. And guys, I know this because that's what I lived. That's what I lived, right? I was angry at the system. I was angry at the people who seemed to have things easier. And guys, worse than that, I was mad at myself for letting it happen. See, I get people ask me all the time, what changed? I'll tell you what changed. I stopped waiting for somebody to rescue me. I stopped waiting for permission to live the life that I wanted to live. I stopped blaming and I started learning. Guys, I started asking God little by little to rewire my thinking because I recognized that my thinking was the biggest problem. I was the problem. I'm the common denominator in the entire equation, right? So I invested in myself. I invested in knowledge, in skills. I invested in belief. Oh my gosh, belief, just believing. That's when things started to shift for me. Guys, this is when it got really exciting, okay? I'm not here to tell you that just by having these magical thoughts or whatever, that life's gonna get easy for you. Guys, the reality is it's not. Life doesn't get easier, okay? We only have one life, that's it. And the cool thing is you can start over. You don't have to start big and grandiose. You start small, just small, okay? So check this out. Look, you can build a life of purpose, of freedom, of financial stability. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. Now, here's the advice that I have for you, okay? And now I got this written down, so I'm kind of reading off some notes here, but start small. Start questioning what you learned about money. It's okay. You got to start there, okay? Stop waiting for permission to live the life you want. It's your life. You only get one shot at this thing. There are no do-overs. All right? You're not stuck. Have you ever been stuck in the mud? Now, did you stay there? Or did you figure out how to get out of the mud? Guys, that's what life's about. We get stuck sometimes. And the reality is, you're just getting started. Here's what's so cool, okay? You're just getting started. I'm a little bit further down the road, but I'm still in the middle of my journey as well. So, guys, here's my commitment to you, all right? I work with people, I help people all the time. The reason I do is because I don't like the way I felt when I was stuck, and I want to help as many people get out of that situation. I want to help thousands and thousands of people get out of that place of pain. So guys, let's do this together. Let's get unbroke together. All right, man. Wasn't that a great video? Listen, I don't know if you can tell, but I have a passion about helping as many people as possible get out of the pain point, get out of the pain and everything that I experienced here a few years back during the recession. But shortly after I wrote my very first book back in 2011, I was at this dinner, and I'm sitting next to a guy I've never met before, and he asked me a question that was so profound. And he said, so tell me a little bit about your book. And after I explained the book to him, for a couple minutes, he looked at me and he said, so let me get this straight. So you wrote a book about money so that you could make money. And it kind of struck me, but I looked at him and I said, no, listen, I wrote this book about money because I was that guy who the last couple of years, every bridge I drove under, I was looking at that bridge to see if it was a warm place where I could sleep. I was going to send my wife to live with my wife's family, and I was going to be homeless so that I could figure out how to get my family back on financial footing. Because I was in a bad place. I was broken. And so I put this together. I put this training, I put all this teaching together over the last, 13 years, because I want to help as many people avoid that kind of pain. Because that sucks, guys. It really sucks. My girls were knee-high to a grasshopper. I mean, they were young. And so every time I came home, I'd come home from work, and they would come running to the front door, and they would tackle each one of my legs. Daddy, daddy, daddy. They would just scream, right? And during this time, I'll get a little bit emotional about this, all right? But it was during that time, every time they tackled my knees, I was no longer their hero. I felt like the biggest zero, and I couldn't look my family in the eyes. Guys, I got down on my knees and I prayed, and I begged God to show me how to become my family's hero again. Gang, this is my hero to zero to hero story. That's my origin story. I had to reinvent myself to become their hero again. And if I'm being honest with you, and if you're being honest, some of you might be sitting in that same place right now. And guys, over the last 13 years, I've discovered things about this financial framework that I'm going to share with you. It didn't only help us recover from bankruptcy, but it also helped lead us to a place of financial freedom that I never thought was possible. Now, here's what's really cool. Okay. I've been working on this surprise for you because I want to share this with you, but I'm not going to share it with you until the very last day. You've got to go through, you got to stick through this, and you got to watch every one of these videos. All right. You got to kind of follow the path here. Okay. Because the videos aren't long. They're short videos. I'm going to share a lot of stories in there. I'm going to share a lot of my experiences with you that kind of brought me to this point. But I'm going to give you that framework that will help you, help guide you on this journey. Okay, it's the framework that I discovered that helped get us out of this place. All right, the videos aren't long. All right, I don't want to bore you. All right, because I can be super boring. All right, so fair enough. All right, so here's what you're going to learn in this quick start series. All right, this is the exact framework that helped my family. All right, so first I'm going to give you a bulletproof mindset to overcome the challenges that you're facing. All right, second, I'm going to give you permission to dream bigger than you've ever dreamed before, to be able to see a new future for yourself. All right, I'm going to give you a brand new perspective on money that is an absolute game changer. And I promise you, you've never seen this before. All right, you're going to become the superhero in your story and unlock freedom in ways that you never thought was possible. All right, like I said, be sure to watch this all the way to the end so that you don't miss the surprise that I have for you at the end. Because, guys, I'm telling you, you're going to love this. I can't believe that I'm doing this. But there's a couple of housekeeping things so that you get the most out of this series, all right? You need to check your email every day for the next video, all right? We're going to send it out early, so you should have it when you wake up, all right? Next thing you're going to do is set aside about 10 minutes to watch the video. That's it. It's about 10 minutes a day. I promise this is going to change your life, all right? Set your phone on do not disturb or lock your door. Make sure you have no distractions, all right? Take notes and write down the nuggets that you find, all right? The last thing that you need to do is click the button below and get started right now. I'll see you on the inside.